it's Brian and Matt from IGN here at Summer Games Fest, and we just played Sonic Superstars. Matt, what did you think?
I think it's a classic Sonic game, but in a fun, like, the art is 3D, the graphics are 3D, but the style, the gameplay, the levels, all 2D.
Yes.
Yep.
There were like a million little details I really loved about the animation specifically. Sonic is probably more sort of characterized and animated and fun and quirky than I've ever seen him before. There's a lot of like beautiful little details. Like you were running along, you stopped and then backtracked quickly, and he did kind of like a look back and look forward. There's a lot of, even down to the title screen, like in the figure and stuff like that. I really like how this game looks.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful game, and you're right. Like he does all of the classic like Sonic stuff, the wagging the finger, the sort of like end when you beat the level, the little like animation that he does, like it's all classic. It
feels like they took a lot of the mannerisms from the old Sonic cartoon, but also the old promotional art and concept art around the 90s Sonic games. So yeah, it looks beautiful. In terms of playing it, it's actually tougher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, Sonic games have always been like the tougher of the old 2D platformers, and they're like leaning fully into that.
Right.
Just because don't let the colorful designs fool you. This is a tough classic Sonic game.
Yeah. It also runs really well so far. There's a lot of like, obviously moving incredibly quickly and jumping from area to area, but the pace in which you're kind of being sprung around from section to section was like not overwhelming, but like very satisfying in a, hey, I'm moving quick. But in classic Sonic sense, yes, you will run into something and it will stop you in your tracks and you'll backtrack and fix it. But that's all about like, figuring out the levels and figuring out what to do next. We did run into some bosses.
Yes.
One was fairly doable. The other one was kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, super hard. He shoots chains at you. You're supposed to make it so that he shoots chains at himself.
Yep.
And it took a couple of tries. It took a lot of game overs, but we finally got there at the end.
Yeah, he had a couple different phases.
But that's the part of the experience. That's part of the classic 2D Sonic experience,
Yeah.
You want a boss that kicks your butt.
Yep. One of the things I read about the level designs in this game is that like it's not just Green Hill Zone and a bunch of other things, right? Like they built all these new levels for this game. I played a jungle one, and you played.
Yeah, so I played like a Green Hill Zone homage level, but they threw in a bunch of cool new details. Like the level you played, the jungle one.
Yeah.
You can go from the forefront to the back front because of a little like platform that shoots you back.
Yeah, and I really like those pads that they put in the jungle level that allow you to jump from plane to plane, so you can kind of go into the background. A thing I really like about this is there's tons of great details, not just with Sonic, but even like the little animal friends that you're capturing or rescuing.
Yeah.
Robotics captured them. He shoved them into robots for you to kill or rescue and save, and they are just adorable.
Yeah,
like you get to see them get squeezed into these evil bots and knock them out. And yeah, there's a lot of really cool things like that. We also got to try a couple of the sort of like mini games or like sub games, right?
Yeah, they brought back the mini games. So if you go in the level and you see a giant ring, you touch it and it'll teleport you into this like little small game thing where it's like in this one, instead of like changing directions like in the classic Sonic and Knuckles, you swing from ring to ring chasing a Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, and it's like it's surprisingly tricky.
It's very hard. Yeah,
like, you're in that big open space and you're trying to basically tether yourself from thing to thing to get there.
Yeah, it's super hard, but when you get the Chaos Emerald, what's really cool is you gain a power-up. Like, remember when we touched it and afterwards it said, hey, you have a new water ability, and so Sonic could turn into like a water Sonic for like 30 seconds and swim upstream.
Swim up waterfalls and stuff like that and get to new areas. Yeah, it's really fun. It's, obviously remains to be seen what the full game looks like, but I do dig that there's multiple playable characters. You played as Sonic, I played as Knuckles. They felt different enough to, justify multiple playthroughs of each level. So yeah, that's Sonic Superstars. It's out this fall. No official firm release date yet. We have a window close enough. But for all things Sonic was always good. Keep watching IGN.